Christine, and this is my journey to convert this into a garden. Welcome to my Garden Odyssey. Look what I found. I had to get the secateurs out for this because there's a lot of roots there. Oh God. So, good news is that must be the cover of the septic tank. There's a handle there and a handle there. But the bad news is there's a hole there, which means it's getting soil and debris falling down there. So I'm going to tell the cricket club. Whether they're going to want to go to the expense of sorting it out is another matter. I guess I need to cover it somehow, probably with some of those planks of wood over there. But at least I know where it is now. And it's a big cover, so that means it should be relatively straightforward for them to fill it up. Not sure they want to fill it up yet though, that's the only trouble. They're saying another 18 months that they want to use it in their clubhouse, which is just the other side of that hedge. I don't know what the regulations are. There's always regulations when it comes to septic tanks. I'm going to look on Environment Agency site and see if it says anything about what's required if a septic tank isn't properly covered. In other words, there's a hole. Okay, I'm not going to pull out any more. I think I'm 99.9% certain that that's the septic tank. Wow, that was easier than I thought, because it could have been anywhere. I wonder what it's like inside. Don't know that I really want to know, do I? Well, if it's a septic tank, it should be releasing to a waterway in some way, or to the ground. Not really my problem. My problem was finding it, and I've done that. Good day's work, Christine. Oh, and today's haul was an interesting piece of metal, more glass, and a sock. Oh, and a septic tank, of course. Taking a break from the septic tank search and doing a bit of burning of all these dried weeds and twigs and logs. But back to the septic tank. So I've covered up the septic tank cover, and I don't like to get too close to it because I don't know how far it extends, but certainly the concrete is giving way. There's root damage on it, and it's not too far from the inspection chamber. I keep wanting to call it manhole cover. It's an inspection chamber. So I'm sure it's got to be further away than that. But anyway, that's where the cover is. Where it extends, I don't know. So I'm going to be a bit careful where I tread. Underneath where I'm standing is wood. Which I've been pulling up. I'm going to be careful not to stand over there as I'm pulling the wood up. And what I thought I'd do, I've been burning. And what I thought I'd do while I was waiting for the fire to die down a bit is I thought I'd scrape up the top of this concrete block. See if I can get an idea of how big it is. And that's made me think that perhaps I'll actually come out here, and one of my next jobs will be to find the edges of that and make the edges clearer, so I can get a better idea of what needs to be taken up, because I'm going to have to get somebody in to take these up, but it'll be useful to know how big they are. Well, I think it will be. I'm probably not. Probably just being fussy. The alternative, of course, is to carry on that hedge. I've done nearly half of it, and to be honest, I'm a bit bored with it now. So perhaps another distraction over here until I get bored with that. Burning is going slowly. It doesn't seem to like to burn even the dried pieces of weeds that I've pulled out, and twigs and branches. It doesn't seem to like that, although it does like the floorboards. I've turned all this grass over so that it'll dry a bit more. But I want to take advantage of this dry weather to see if I can get as much burnt as possible, just to get rid of it. So, next project. Concrete slab. Wasn't really sure what to bring out with me today, but what I'm planning to do is try and find the edges of this concrete slab. No idea whether this is a good idea. It's maybe completely stupid, but there's something inside me says do it, so I will. And like I say, I'm not really sure what I'm going to need. So I've got my gloves, and a tripod for the camera, obviously. Have to bring the mattock. It's become like a mascot, really. Who knows, I may use it. I nearly called her. I may use it. And I've got this strange hoe thing I've had for absolute decades, which is basically a little hand hoe with jubilee clips onto a wooden pole. And I thought I could use that to sort of scrape around the edges. So, we'll see.
About to leave, already packing, come with me, I'm not really asking, we'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions, we'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow, we can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Let's go, let's be free with me.
to stop there for a moment because my delivery of dog food, frozen dog food arrived, so there's an opportunity to show you what I've done so far. So there's a line there and there, so you can see just about where the line is up to here. And then I came across this. So I'm going to be very careful. I'm told there's no electricity live other than to my kiosk over there, but there's so many cables sticking out of the ground. And this obviously had electricity because it was the base along with where those bricks are. It was the base of a porter cabin. But today's haul was a wrench. It's looking a bit sorry for itself. Don't think I'm going to bother trying to see if it will open. It's just going to go in the rubbish. Right, I'll do a little bit more and see if I can get it all the edge cleared. Right, so I've uncovered this concrete slab. Clearly didn't frame it out before they piled concrete in, unless they have very wonky framework. It's all over the place. And I think I'm just about at the edge here. So that's the extent of it. That way. And on this corner, I think that's probably the end because that root's not going to grow through that concrete, so that must be the edge. And then there's that cable. But this looks like it goes round a bit. I suspect that cable is actually lying on concrete, so I don't know how much further it's going to go. I'm going to leave it at that for now because the only reason for uncovering it was to see whether it really was as narrow as I thought it was going to be. And I think that's going to make it easier for whoever I get in with the JCB to lift that up. And then there's that cable. I'm not going to touch that cable, but it's interesting if we follow it along back towards the bricks. You can see it's there. Follow the line. Hey, and hey presto. And there's a bit that comes out. So that must have come up into the porter cabin. But I don't believe there's concrete under there. So I think I'm going to call that a useful piece of work. Let's go and have a look at the common. It's such a lovely evening. It's pouring rain this morning, but such a lovely evening now. Early evening. So, there we go. And here. This is the other end of my plot. It's the cricket club. And this is the view from the back of the garden. It's looking more like a garden now. Somebody walking on the common with their dog. Bit overweight. Whisper in case I don't want him to hear me being rude about his dog. So, there's the common. Looking lovely in the sunlight. Lovely old gate. That's it for now. I don't think I'm going to do any burning this evening. Last night wasn't very successful. It doesn't seem to want to burn this stuff. So I'm going to leave it for a bit. Cup of tea, I think. Lovely sunny afternoon. Just had a downpour. Now the sun's come out. And this afternoon it's going to be secateurs. I have got, of course, got my gloves and a lovely little mattock there. What I'm going to do, I'll show you. I think there's this variety of bramble which is called creeping, and I think that's what this is, because it shows absolutely no sign of going up. There were lots of ox tongue here, quite high, right up high, but they didn't ramble through it, they just spread over the ground. So I'm wondering whether it's a particular variety. So I'm going to do some delving and try and find the main stems and just snip them and see what happens. They are a real bugger to get rid of, brambles. So I'll have a go and come back and show you. I got quite a lot of those brambles, creeping brambles out. I didn't get the roots out, I just cut the tops off because they were grabbing hold of me every time I walked past. There's a stray one, another stray one, and it looks pretty good. It was covered in brambles, really hard to see. Maybe I show you this. It's all the brambles that are creeping across the ground. Quite a pile. And they were over these pebbles, and over the concrete, and over here, over this part here. There's still this little corner, but it's back-aching work, so. And it looks like it's going to pour with rain any moment, so I'm going to call that a day. But that's pretty good. It will come back, but I'm not sure I'm going to let them. I might do some hacking. And as I keep saying, eventually this is all going to be churned up anyway when we get a digger in to dig up the concrete slabs. I'm hoping they can just skim over the top of all of this over the winter, so that at least it's flat, and then I can handle these weeds in various ways. I keep seeing little bits of bramble. There's a bit there. Where did I see another bit? There. I'm going to pick it up now. Okay, that's it for today. Tune in next week to see what this is all about.